Right, we are live. Good evening, everybody. This is Nolan with Positively Osceola. It is 6 o'clock on the dot. You know what that means. It's time for another episode of Positively Osceola Sports Talk Live with yours truly, Nolan Bottomley. Hope everybody's having a great day today. Today is Tuesday, hopefully 6 o'clock, so hopefully you're getting off of work, had a good day at work, maybe ready to talk about some sports. I sure am. So we got a couple good topics to discuss with you this evening, especially a big one. That includes we have some rule changes coming to high school football in the state of Florida. It's a big one. We're going to talk about that. And we also have some new topics, especially with wrestling. We have more topics to discuss about baseball and softball as those sports are starting to get more underway. And we also have a little bit of news about basketball. So without further ado, let's get into it. Alrighty, now that awesome intro is over, we are going to get into the very important topic firsthand. Some rules that are be changing the Florida high school playoffs that we have now on a 9-7 vote, a split 9-7 vote on Monday afternoon in Gainesville. The FHSAA Board of Directors approved changing the classification and playoff structure for the sport of football. The current format has schools divided into 8 different classes based solely on school enrollment. Championships are contested in 8 classes, 1A through 8A in the sport. Authored by Dunillan football coach Price Harris, the new plan calls for the organization to establish 2 new divisions called the Metro and the Suburban. The Metro will be made up of the 8 most populous counties in Florida: Miami-Dade, Broward, Palm Beach, Hillsborough, Orange, Duval, Pinellas, and Seminole, while the Suburban Division will consist of the other 59 counties, which includes Osceola County. So long story short, we're not cool enough to make it onto the Metro list. Under the new format, schools would still be separated into one of 4 classifications, 1A through 4A, based on population, and each would crown a champion at the conclusion of the playoffs. The reason for the change is that many athletic directors and football coaches in what will now be called the Suburban Division felt that open enrollment and unlimited transfer rules gave too much of an advantage to schools located in large metropolitan areas. And we have a quote from Coach Eric Pinellas of the Osceola Cowboys. He said, "I understand why they are doing it. In bigger cities, you might have 4 or 5 high schools located within a bike ride away. So when it comes to open enrollment, it's no big deal for a kid to transfer to one of those schools if he wants to. I think Miami Central took something like 19 transfers last year and beat Merritt Island by 35 points in the 5A title game. It was a running clock after halftime, and that's never a good look." So let me know how you feel about that. I feel like everybody's going to have their own different views. We are in the Suburban Division starting this next and upcoming season. I'm excited for football season. So that is our football. That is our very important topic that I had to discuss with you. I feel that it affects a lot of people, especially our Osceola County football players. Now we're going to be moving on to wrestling. We got a lot of wrestlers to talk about here today. 19 boys and 11 girls will be competing for state titles in 14 weight classes at this week's FHSAA All Classification State Wrestling tournament being held at Heritage Park on Thursday, March 3rd through Saturday, March 5th. It's coming up. Harmony, which won its first ever regional team title by edging Wellington 210-206. That was a real nail clincher, or teeth clincher, sorry, or nail biter. Apparently I mixed up both of the words. So yeah, 210-206 to take the Class 3A Region 3 crown. We'll send 10 wrestlers to the boys tournament. Qualifiers for the Longhorns include 3 regional champions in J.C. McNichols, who is at 138 weight class, with a record of 47-1 on the season. That is unreal. Anthony Thalotico, I hope I didn't butcher that, Anthony. He's the 160 weight class, 28-5 record, also phenomenal. Nelson Toro, 220 weight class, record of 44-2. Wow, these records are amazing. Also qualifying via top 4 finishes in regionals are Landon Davis, Carson Estrada, Ray Ortiz, Sean McAllister, Cade Toner, Maverick Hauser, and Caden Gale. We have a quote here. Our expectations have changed in the last couple of years as our program has joined the group of state elite wrestling schools, Longhorns head coach Vic Lorenzano said. He also put it, just trying to get there and do our best is no longer the goal. We want to win matches, put guys on the podium, and win individual state titles. So you can see Coach Lorenzano, the wrestling coach for Harmony, is also very passionate. And you can see that him being passionate is also paying off because he has a lot of students or athletes going to this tournament. Osceola, which finished second in the 3A Region 2 tournament to Palmetto Ridge, scored 240 to 148. Nice big gap there. We'll send 7 grapplers to the state tournament, including regional champions Anderson Heap, who is the 126 weight class, a record of 46-5, and Cooper Haas, 138 weight class, a record of 54-3. Wow, that is insane. Gunnar Holland, who won a state title at 152 as a freshman, returns to states at 160. Holland finished second in regionals with a gut-wrenching sudden victory overtime loss to Palmetto's Roman Garcia. Also, George Duncan and Elijah Van Sickle also placed second for the Cowboys. And those 6 will be joined by teammate Melvin Ewan. We have another quote here. Osceola has had at least one state champion every season for the last 15 years, something that Coach Jim Bird hopes to see extended. Last 15 years, that is an awesome streak. Cooper and Gunnar won state titles last year, and Anderson finished second. They are all in different weight classes this year and all have a chance to win. But every class is stacked with outstanding competitors, and it will be a challenge, Bird said. Other qualifiers from Osceola County include Tohopokalaga's Jason Ortiz, Celebration's Chase McBroom, and Liberty's Daniel King, who finished 4th at 220 pounds, and Branice Robles, who placed second at 285 at the Class 2A Region 2 tournament. So what I'm hearing is a lot of these guys are putting up some Kurt Angle type of numbers. Olympic gold medal. I love me some Kurt Angle. The first girls tournament in FHSAA history will be a single classification 1A tournament. A total of 11 girls from the county have qualified for the tournament. Gateway will send 4 to the state meet, including regional champ Emiliana Martinez with a weight of 190. Joining her will be Panther teammates Josie Glass, Lily Yamber, and Fredalina Jones. Celebration will send regional champ Haney Costa. Osceola will have 3 representatives in Stacy Puel, Kalina Mack, and Kathia Timas. Point Siena also advances to the state finals, including Ivanis Pimentel and Kaylee Culado. Tohopakalaga sends 1 representative and Angela Benegas. So what I'm hearing here after reading through all this stuff with you guys is that Harmony and Osceola are some top dogs in this wrestling competition. And if I had to pick a school, it'd probably be one of those 2. But good luck to all the teams that are going out there. You all have something to prove. And I think it's going to be an awesome time for everybody. So finally, that was a mouthful for wrestling. We are moving on to our next topic, which is basketball. The season came to an end for Osceola when it dropped a 75-57 decision to Lake Worth in the Class 7A Region 3 finals on Friday night, sadly. The Cowboys held a 55-53 lead after 3 periods before the Trojans went on a 20-0 run to start the 4th quarter and get them the win. That's got to be heartbreaking if you're the Cowboys in that position. You worked so hard to get all the way to where you are for that part of the season. You're leading in the 3rd quarter just for it to all come apart. It truly is heartbreaking. I'm sorry for the Osceola Cowboys. It'll get better. We have a quote here. I stayed awake racking my brains on what we could have done differently in that game, Osceola coach Steve Mason said. It finally hit me that we probably ended up losing to a better team. Upsets can happen, but in that game, the better team pulled it out. Was definitely proud of our effort this year, as he should be. Congratulations on a very successful coach, Steve Mason. Both girls' teams from St. Cloud and Gateway came up one game short of a Final Four appearance. The Lady Bulldogs, record of 29, lost in the 6A Region 2 final to Wekiva. We did talk about this last week. Wekiva also has a record. Oh, never mind, that's not a record. The final of the Wekiva game against the Lady Bulldogs was 52-32. So not only did they lose, it wasn't a pretty sight either. The Panthers, with a record of 22-8, saw their final hopes dashed in the waning sun in a 37-35 loss to Bishop Moore in the 5A Region 2 finals. St. Cloud's Unified Special Olympics team came home as state champions, though, defeating Plant City last Thursday. So a big congratulations goes out to St. Cloud's Unified Special Olympics team. Congratulations, guys. Well deserved. We're going to be moving on to baseball now. Behind the hitting of Blake Birchler, hope I didn't butcher that. Sorry, Blake. With a record or a hitting of 3.6, and Danny Ramirez a hitting of 3.5, and a team era of 0.50. The Osceola Cowboys were off to a 2-0 start and will rival road tests this week with Lake Nona on Wednesday and St. Cloud on Friday. After losing a tough 4-3 decision to Melbourne Catholic, Harmony rebounded with a 10-1 win over St. Cloud and is 1-1 on the season. So that was almost like a revenge game for them losing that 10-1. That's a big score gap for baseball. As is Gateway and Liberty also with a record of 1-1. Both Tohoku-Calaga and Celebration opened their seasons with wins as well. So baseball's still early. We got a lot to talk about still with baseball. We have to see how it's going to develop. Hopefully, personally, I'll be able to go out to these games and get some more knowledge on these players and how they are performing so I can make the show a better experience and talking matter for you guys. So we're going to wrap up this show with softball. Outscoring its opposition 21-2. Wow. Harmony is off to a 2-0 start this season. The Longhorns have 2 games this week, traveling to Lake Nona on Tuesday and hosting Cornerstone on Thursday. I should want to go back and talk about that. 21-2. That's a pretty darn good score there. Congratulations to those girls. So yes, the Longhorns will be traveling to Lake Nona on Tuesday, hosting Cornerstone on Thursday. Liberty, who was one of the preseason favorites in OBCs, got off to a tough start with a 10-0 loss to the state power Bartow. The Chargers will get a better idea of where they stand in the county pecking order this week when two of their 3 games come against OBC teams, which are Celebration, who has a record of 1-0, and Tohoku-Calaga, who has a record of 0-1. Things did not go well for another OBC preseason favorite at Osceola. Yeah, I just realized when I did that, it's probably reversed for you, so you probably saw 1-0, but it's whatever. As I was saying, things did not go well for another OBC preseason favorite, Osceola, as they dropped a 20-2 decision to Lyman in their opener. Yikes. The Cowboys will have ample opportunity to get back on track, though, this week with a home game against Lake Nona and a road contest at Space Coast on Friday. So, like I've said, we have a lot of things that we did discuss, more things that we will discuss in the future as season gets some more momentum, such as baseball and softball. They're still little young. But also we did talk about some very important things, such as the football change that they are having. You know, some of these counties are becoming metro ranking, or metro division, and we are going to get the suburban division. It's definitely interesting. We're going to see how it plays out. Hopefully I'll have some more news on it next week or in the upcoming weeks. But other than that, that's going to do it here for Sports Talk Live with Nolan Bottomley. Hope you guys enjoyed it, and I hope you'll be back next week for our 4th episode. This was our 3rd episode. So thank you guys for watching. This is Nolan with Positively Osceola, and along with the community, we're making a positive difference in and around Osceola County. Bye, guys.